We come back to you live from the Paco Arena in Manila for your Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference. Day number 2, game number 2, at least for today, and it is between NU Archipelago, the Volley Builders, against the newest team, or one of the newest teams in our Spikers Turf, the Vanguard Volleyball team. Now, we mentioned we do have some familiar faces in this Vanguard team. Later on, we're gonna break down even more yung mga starters natin for this game. NU Archipelago, they are fielding in a new squad despite winning a championship last year with a different core. As you mentioned, last year's champions will be focusing in their Season 85 of the UAAP campaign this coming February. That being said, this team is no joke, folks, because we do have a lot of blue chip recruits present for today. Some of them have even showed off in some of our men's volleyball leagues, yung mga Champions Leagues natin. Mamaya makita natin sila in action. Now we turn you over to our venue announcer for our starting lineups.
Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Bobby Celso. Second referee, Mr. Herbert Matematico. Let's welcome our starting lineup from our Vanguard Volley Hitters. Let's begin with our team captain, who wears jersey number 6, Ron Villegas. At number 3, Jovs Kamanganakan. Wearing jersey number 11, Razel Palisok. Number 16, Clark Fernandez. Number 19, JD Diwa. And number 24, Vince Abrot. Libero, number 8, Rek Alfaro. Head coach, Mr. Edjet Mabayad. Calling on our National University Archipelago Builders. Team captain wears jersey number 20, Joseph Philip Bello. At number 12, Renzel Tagibolos. Wearing jersey number 16, Brian James Aleco. Number 17, Leo Priolo Ordiales. Number 21, Jan Lianfred Abanilla. And number 24, Mac Arvin Bandola. Libero, number 15, Marco Eli Maclang. Sitting in as head coach, Mr. Dong De La Cruz. This is match number 4, preliminary round.
Here we
Good
go,
luck
folks.
to
The
both
first
teams.
game of 2023 for both Vanguard and NU. And the Vanguard squad will begin with Clark Fernandez, Ron Villegas, Daniel Diwa, Razel Palisok, Vince Abrot, Joven Kamaganakan, and Ricardo Alfaro. And as for the defending champions, National University, Jan Abanilla, Peng Tagibolos, Mac Bandola, Brian Jaleco, Leo Ordiales, Joseph Pelio, and Marco Maclang will begin for the Archipelago Builders. Earlier today, we saw a victory for Iloilo contra sa Air Force, and that sets us up for game number 2 of your Spikers Turf Wednesday. This is live on One Sports and One Sports Plus, also on Smart Live Stream and the Signal Play app. Folks, thank you so much for joining us. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Mela Tunay and Doreen Suway Baguio. At first glance, Mela, meron ka bang mga predictions, mga initial feelings sa mga nakikita mong manlalaro on the floor?
Naku, wala akong feeling sa mga ganito. Lalo na, syempre, pareho to bago sa paningin ko eh. And I think yung NU squad is bago sa paningin ng lahat. Pero, you know, looking at them, the vibe they give, meron talaga silang NU branding.
Oh, yes.
Sobrang tatangka.
Definitely.
They have that intimidation factor. Pero on the other side, syempre may mga pangalan din na kilala na sa Philippine volleyball. So you really can't underestimate any of these teams.
That Vanguard volleyball team eager to prove themselves as one of the newest squads in the Spikers Turf. Back row, Joven Kamaganakan, straight to the back line.
The DLSU Lipa standout, no, na ngayon nga dito na sa Vanguard Volleyball naglalaro under Coach Edget. Sabi nga nila isa yan sa mga inaabangan talaga, and ngayon maaga nagpapakilala kontra NU, finding that open spot at the back of the defense of NU.
It is 1-1 to start this game. No reach para kay Jan Apanilla, and that gives Vanguard their first lead in the Spikers turf. As you can feel or even hear it, medyo marami-rami yung turnout natin in game number 2. Maingay yung crowd.
Yan din yung napansin ko agad bago tayo magsimula dito. Siguro dahil uwian na rin, mas marami nang may time para manood dito sa Spikers turf. But it's just a joy to watch more people supporting men's volleyball, especially with 11 teams in the Spikers turf. This open conference, there's really a lot of people to root for and to cheer on.
And folks, do join us Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays here inside the Paco Arena for more volleyball action. How about this Vanguard squad with 4 straight points?
Itong si Abrot taking advantage of that regalo. Hindi niya pinalo, but a sure point courtesy of that block kill.
We did mention Vince Abrot, one of the standouts of College of St. Benilde. Now a service error that will give NU their second point.
Itong si Ruvin Sabrote, matagal ko na din siyang kilala because before even transferring to Benilde, he was from UST. So isa yan sa mga talent sa boys volleyball in UST before.
We actually saw him last year playing for VNS, now finding a new home. Jaleco kept alive. Villegas onto the other end. What a set that was! And a point for Vince Abrot. Not
even an attempt from the NU builders to take that cut shot from Abrot. Easy point there for Vanguard.
Definitely a good chance for Vince Abrot to reintroduce himself in Philippine men's volleyball. Wasn't actually seeing much action last year, no, for VNS. Villegas, sumobra talaga.
Hitting our linesman right on the leg. So sobrang tansya dito ni Ronchet Villegas, one of the veterans. Nabanggit nga natin kanina in our pregame. Siya na yung pinaka-veteran dito.
Right.
He's the team captain at the same time. He has the most experience in UAAP, even in Spikers turf, and even in coaching. He's been a trainer for many of the women's volleyball teams as well.
Ron Villegas' team is up by 3 here. 6 serving 3. There's Vince Abrot. Wow! Back-to-back service errors in this match.
Medyo nalamig yata kakahintay matapos nung earlier game dahil mahaba dun yung mga rallies doon. But let's see how NU picks up their game after being down by 2.
Wow! Another service error! What's happening here, Mela?
Aircon ba yan?
Well, actually, lumamig nga talaga, no?
Pero wala naman yung aircon dun sa likod ng mga servers.
Totoo.
So, joke lang po, guys.
And we're saying this because this is unusual, you know? Daniel Diwa's turn. That's in. Over-received, though. Kept alive. Atake ang Vanguard. Is there a check? White shirts will get the point.
Clearly a check ball there. Umikot yung bola from the hands of its blockers, and we're gonna go to our first technical timeout. Vanguard takes the lead against NU.
one of the players expected to fill in the shoes of former MVP Nico Almendras is the young Mac Bandola. Sabi nga ni Mac, he feels kind of pressured dahil sabi niya, he feels like wala pa siya sa kalingkingan ni Nico Almendras. But coming to this game, he actually spoke to Nico at sinabihan siya nito na magtiwala naman sa sarili niya, which serves as Mac's mindset heading into this conference. Meanwhile, isa sa mga inspirasyon ni Mac heading into this conference without his kuyas is not to let the NU fans down and to show his team na hindi sila nagkamali na pagkatiwalaan siya with this role. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Doreen. Definitely a golden opportunity for one of the blue chip recruits that we have been mentioning at the start of this coverage, itong si Mac Bandola. Wala man si Nico Almendras sa ating venue today, but we do have the likes of Obed Bocaba and Ken Malinis at the sideline serving as the inspiration. And yung mga kuya nitong NU squad na naglalaro ngayon. Bandola could not get the block. Another point here for Razel Palisok.
Palisok with his full swing. And kahit isa lang yung blocker niya doon, tapat na tapat sa kanya. But he managed to get that point off the block.
It is 10-5. Again, this is the first game of the Vanguard volleyball team.
Ooh.
As a member squad of the Spikers turf. And what a start this is, Mela. 11-5.
Back-to-back points from Palisok. At lalo pang ang bumabalo ng kanilang abante dito kontra NU. After that solid off-the-block hit. Ang ganda rin naman ng target dito ni Palisok.
First ball, straight to Bandola. There's 13 captain, Joseph Bello. Mac puts it away. They badly needed that one.
That's right. And yung Bandola talagang stepping up for NU. This is very unlikely, no, for NU na naghahabol. At least for, like in general, NU volleyball in general. Or in the new era, di ba?
Yes.
Even yung kanilang women's volleyball team, the UAAP,
Oo nga, walang talo.
undefeated. So, you know, this is a different set of players. Another factor is yung pag-gel din nila, di ba? So, tignan natin how well they would progress in this game. 2 puntos na magkasunod para sa NU. They are now down by 4 points.
Leo Ordiales will be serving. Ayan, isa rin sa mga blue chip recruits. We saw him play in the Champions League for MRT Negros and was one of the best middle blockers in 2021. Quick attack, Tagibolos is rejected. This time around, the connection is working for the white shirts.
Delio, I think, unable to see through his peripherals na nakaabang na yung dalawang blockers doon ng Vanguard. So, they could have done a running attack or anything to separate the blockers. But that time, well guarded by Vanguard yung atake na yun.
It is 12 serving 7. Joven Kamaganakan.
Oh,
Slow.
so low clearance there for Maganakan.
They do still have a 4-point lead here. Off of a great start, Joseph Bello will now send it in. We did mention also he played backup last year for Joshua Retamar and Clarence Belostrino. Belostrino is actually watching at the sidelines as well today. Villegas set a tough one on to Razel Palisok.
Palisok has been on fire for Vanguard. Iba yung approach niya talaga dito. Full force, full swing, and a high percentage in his attacks today.
13 serving 8. White shirt still in control. Bello open. Abanilla finding the middle.
Abanilla with his own version of a high percentage attack. No one from the blockers was able to reach his attack, and even the defenders on the floor unable to get to that.
The other end, Daniel Diwa tried to go quick, which is his specialty, to no avail. Abrot, 2 blockers, sending it away.
You know, the spikers of Vanguard just really being smart with their attacks. As much as there is power, talagang they make sure na well-placed or maganda yung strategy nila sa pagpapaswipe sa bola. Kaya we've seen it from Palisok and this time around from Abrot.
14 serving 9. Vanguard in control against the much younger NU squad. Misreceived. Regalo, buhay pa rin. Bello sending it to the other end. Sobrang sobra para kay Jaleco.
Hindi nahawakan ni Jaleco yun. And no spin on that ball at all. Definitely sailed out. As Vanguard is now a point away from our first technical timeout.
It is 15, serving 9. Ron Villegas doing the honors. What a start this is for the new squad. Straight to number 24. Villegas. Open. Abrot. Kept alive. See the movement from the players. Opposite naman ngayon. Ang gagana para sa NU.
And finally, itong si...
That's Jan Abanilla.
Oh, that's at Abanilla.
Yes.
Oh, ang ganda ng atake niya doon from the opposite side.
Kanina si Abanilla sa open no? Umipat naman. Effective pa rin. And then a service error for Peng Tagibolos, which is very costly because that will send us to our second technical timeout. Back for your Spikers Turf Open Conference in 2023. Point goes to NU. Strong hit for Jaleco. First time that he has done it here in today's ball game in front of a couple of veterans of his, and of course in front of the one and only Vice Ganda present to watch your men's volleyball action for today.
So nice of Vice and his friends to watch. Diba kanina nabanggit natin sinusuportahan niya yung mga friends niya from Air Force, but even staying after that game and supporting these young guns, the Vanguard volleyball team and NU, really enjoying the love of volleyball.
As you can feel the atmosphere, buhay na buhay ang ating buong arena sa kada puntos, at ngayon it is Razel Palisok who will score the point.
Iba yung mga level of attacks in this game, we see more combination plays, and before dito nga si Jaleco kanina bago natin ipakita si Vice Ganda, ang ganda rin ng pinalo doon nito ni Jaleco. So you see the series of attacks na binibitawan dito ng parehang koponan, talagang very competitive.
On the downside though, Mela, we have been seeing a lot of service errors.
That's right. From the beginning of the game, diba? Until now na matatapos na ang first set.
Kanina may 4 na sunod pa yan. Almost another one. Villegas, set, opposite, yes! What a start for Razel Palisok.
Palisok already on his 6th point. At kung di nyo na may tatanong, sa pinalo niya na 5 din ang naipuntos niya. So 100% efficiency on attacks today, at yung kanyang 6th point ay galing pa sa ace.
18 to 12 our score. Pandola on the other end. Na-mention ni Doreen Suay Baguio, Mac Mandola's idol is Nico Almendras. And what a way for him to prove himself here in men's volleyball, starting this game against Vanguard.
Taas ng reach ni Bandola doon. Kitang-kita sa ating slow-mo replay. And so far yung mga nagiging effective for the NU Builders ay yung cross-court shot. Kanina si Jaleco dyan. Pero Bandola is gonna try to mix things up here. Baka nga naman pagpaulit-ulit sa pattern mabantayan na. Kaya naman they're trying to be as less predictive here.
Double sub coming in. We have Jonathan Sorio and Giancarlo De Suyo checking in for the first time as a pair. Leo Ordiales will be serving for NU after another point mula kay Mac Bandola. In this very young squad, yung mga birthdays nila, Mela, only one person was born in the 1990s.
Tapos 1999 pa yan.
1999 pa. Itong si Mac Bandola, by the way, just turned 22 years old. Just last January 4.
Ito rin kasi yung challenge sa kanila. As much as they're the younger set of players from a very competitive NU squad, you know, ang call dito is who's gonna be the next leader for
Yes.
NU. We know na a lot of them are blue chip recruits, pero sino yung next leader at a young age, diba? Because, you know, in OWASP batch, he was one of them. He was
Yes.
one of the leaders na kahit he was a rookie, you know the things he could do inside the court is something veteran-like.
Service error, another one, this time from Joven Kamaganakan. And you slowly but surely closing in. By the way, let me just correct myself for a bit here. It's Mac Bandola's information. He just turned 21, born 2002. Pinza brought on the receive. De Suyo will go to the back row. That's gonna work for Joven Kamaganakan.
Kamaganakan through the triple man block. And as much as napaka-effective ng mga spikers dito sa Vanguard, no, makikita mo rin na kalat yung kanilang mga puntos. And we have to credit both setters of Vanguards for that advantage that they're pulling up in here.
That's outside for Bandola. Another point for Vanguard, and it forces a timeout to be called. Oh, it is actually a challenge for National University. First challenge of this match. We did see a lot earlier today at marami ring successful doon, Mela.
And for NU kasi, they're gonna take their chances eh. Dalawa lang yung challenges natin every set. Hindi yan makikarry over. At this point, they need the momentum shift as well. So kahit unsuccessful man tong challenge na to, the fact na they get to, you know, stop the momentum of Vanguard might be a big help for them.
And it is successful. Straight to the pinky.
This should, you know, get their morale up and be able to stay close against Vanguard.
The good thing for NU is that they do have the crowd on their side. Sizable crowd cheering for National University today. 16 serving 20. This time on the opposite, that's kept alive. Great effort by Maklang, the libero of NU. De Suyo, open up. Corner is met. And there's that connection off the bench. De Suyo onto Sorio.
This is what you like about Vanguard. Na sabi nga natin, no, iba-iba yung mga tao. Even the substitution plays quality minutes. And now itong team captain na si Villegas and the most efficient spiker so far na si Palisok is gonna take advantage of this rotation. The full front lineup for Ronchet Villegas.
21 serving 16 in set number 1. Game number 2 for day number 2 of the Spikers turf in 2023. Ball straight to the libero. Quick! Tagibolos! Onto the back row.
Ganda ng angle doon ni Tagibolos. And finally, a good play for Bello. Yung approach ni Tagibolos is approaching right. Pero yung taas ng contact niya at pag-swipe niya papuntang kaliwa is very effective for NU.
Strong approach. Wow! What a game so far for Razel Palisok.
And you know, no matter which part of the court he's in, talagang the efficiency, it's just the same. And look at that. Really avoiding the blockers. Hitting that ball very fast. Bago pa makarating yung blockers sa down the line to block him, napalo niya na.
Bello puts it up. Chaleco, the cross. Kamaganakan was there. Villegas, abrot mula sa likod. The chase.
So that was a tough set, an offset.
White shirts with a chance.
Ball.
Kamaganakan capitalizes.
And again, it's a different name every time. From Palisok now to Kamag-Anakan. It's a talented lineup we're seeing here for Vanguard as NU calls for a timeout after this Kamag-Anakan point.
Doing great, guys.
Okay? Tapos timing. Timing bilang 1, 2, 3. Okay? Pag bumlock na kayo, huwag nyo nang hahabulin. Basta ilagay nyo yung kamay sa sarap nyo. Let's go. Sige. Ano lang? Kalma lang.
National U feeling the sense of urgency here. They're down by 6 in set number 1. Well, these kids are really getting tested. But this is actually one of the things that they want to experience.
So,
We did mention only one player born in the 1990s. Most of them are really young ones in men's volleyball.
and later on, this could be an advantage for them. Another example was when their women's volleyball team carried Balipure as parang a rookie-laden lineup. Diba? Sila yung natatalo doon. Sila yung nandun para lang sa experience. But come the UAAP, during their time to play na in the UAAP, nilalampasan nila mga kalaban nila. So, this is definitely gonna develop these players for NU.
It is 24 serving 18 now, although services have been a struggle for both teams. 7 service errors for Vanguard, 5 for NU in set number 1. Pero sa lagay na yan, Vanguard pa rin ang lamang dito. They put in their service specialist. Chance for the white shirts. Villegas. They go to the combination. At sino pa ba ang tatapos? Si Razel Palisok. What a set number 1 for him.
Combination play for Palisok who works big time to cap off the first set. Ganda ng ipit doon ni Villegas. Isa lang yung blocker na kumagat kay Palisok. And kahit dalawa yan, hirap na hirap sila. What more kung isa lang? And we're just excited to see if this young NU squad gets to bounce back in the second set. We'll be right back.
The Vanguard volleyball team, they get set number 1 against NU Archipelago in their Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference. What a very efficient set that was. Bukod na lamang sa kanilang service, no? Itong Vanguard. On the other end, NU, they actually created a mini momentum for them in the middle of set number 1. Unfortunately, mabilis din ang sagot ng white shirts.
Definitely. And iwan na iwan nga sila sa atake. 9 points lang yung naipuntos nila dyan. Meanwhile, yan ang ginawang advantage nitong Vanguard volleyball team. As you can take a look at as you can see in your screens, ang atake ng Vanguard 13. And apart from that, they really played an all-around game. Dahil even sa blocks, apart from the kill blocks, ang dami rin nilang na-checks, making them really go for those counter and combination attacks. And even in the serves, nagkaroon din sila ng dalawang service aces. Makabawi man lang dun sa 7 ay pinamigay nila ng libre. And ito nga sa NU naman, meron din silang dalawang ace. No block point. Very uncharacteristic for an NU squad.
Right.
Pero yan, let's see nga kung makakabawi sila. Dahil so far for them, it's Bandola who's been stepping up with 4 points. And Abanilla and Jaleco with 2 points each. But on the other side, we see Palisok and 100% efficiency today. So far, 7 on 7 on attack. He has 1 ace, totaling to 8 points in the first set alone. At ito namang si Kamaganakan with 4 points already, Abrot with 3. So sabi nga natin, every time na umiikot, meron talaga silang maaasahan in terms of attack. So let's see if this continues. For Vanguard, good job also to Ronchet
Yes,
Villegas.
definitely.
Really making use of his spiker's talents. But so far, yung middles, no, yun na lang siguro yung hindi pa natin nakikita fully maximized by Villegas.
NU off to a great start here in set number 2 as Bandola scores the first point. How badly did they need that type of a score?
Well, kailangan nila and so far, maliban sa kailangan nila ng punto, sabi nga natin, kailangan nila ng leader. And so far, itong si Bandela ang nag-emerge as the leader after that first set. And right now, he's currently leading with 5 points as well. And the vibe, ma-feel mo na
Yes.
siya yung pinaka-gusto talaga. Walang bahid ng kaba. Pero yung iba, medyo nakikita mo nangangapa-ngapa pa eh. Pero after that Vanguard hit, grabe, another powerful hit there ang pinakawala nitong Vanguard volleyball team.
It's 1-all now. Service straight to Bandola. It's Jaleco on the other end. The chase by Villegas. Abrot who send it. Naibalik ng blockers ng NU. Abrot again! He puts it away!
Vince Abrot powering through. And alam mo, kailangan mas magamit ng NU itong kanilang triple block, no? Dahil the effort from the open hitters to travel all the way from the left side of the court to the right para ma-close yung triple block na yon, they have to make it count. And that's actually, I think, the second or third time na itong Vanguard was able to break their triple man wall.
Oh, regalo yun. Para sa National University, an easy one for Jan Abanilla. But you did mention the blocking of NU. It was number 1 last year dito sa Spikers Turf when they had a different lineup. Obed Mokaba leading the way. He even had a game where he had 10 blocks for himself. But you also mentioned, Mela, matangkad itong lineup na ito. Kahit puro bata, they're very lengthy. And then a smart move on the other end by Ron Villegas.
Yan na nga ba yung mga veteran moves kung tawagin. And the court sense of Ronchet is really there. Nakita niya sa peripheral niya na sumunod itong open hitter doon sa gitna. Really anticipating middle set.
Si Ronchet Villegas ba, does he seem to be playing on another level for you? You know, bago yung service error na yon.
Nabate eh. For me, I think he's always been very talented as a setter. I guess now, looking at him, it's the vibe he gives also na he's more confident. Dahil, syempre, sabi nga ng marami, when you're coaching also, you get a different level of parang perspective and confidence. So that's the additional thing I'm seeing from him right now.
Now the confidence has been passed on to Daniel Diwa, who definitely loves these types of attacks.
Alam mo, parang umorder tayo kay Ronchet, no? Sabi natin, parang hindi na ma-maximize. Parang ang galing ng Vanguard, pero parang hindi na ma-maximize yung gitna.
Oo, ayun.
At nag-deliver sila agad.
May check ba dito? Mukhang meron. Villegas asking his coach not to challenge it anymore.
They're gonna save up their challenges, especially because comparing to the first set, this is a much closer set for both these teams.
Another service error. We saw a lot of those in set number 1.
Evidently, this NU squad is really still so young. And ayan pa yung problema ng mga mga youngsters, yung mga pag-control ng errors. Medyo erratic pa.
As we say that, kabila rin.
Oo.
Daniel Diwa naman. 7 service errors for Vanguard in set number 1, which totaled all of their errors na naibigay dito sa National University. This time, it's an ace from Leo Ordiales. This is actually one of his specialties in his game. Kanyang service.
They're gonna need more of that, especially after that erratic service game in the first set.
Alfaro will go to the open. Ordiales is there. The chase. Bandola is rejected. May
Great
babalik ba?
save.
Chance here. Villegas on to the opposite. May tumama sa net. Puntos ang mga nakaputi.
Bandola hitting the net from that last rally. Ganda sana ng abang niya kaya lang masyadong nanggigil. But you could see the impact nito ni Ronchet Villegas on the team. Talagang yung mga spikers niya, most often than not, talagang single blocker lang.
Mula sa likod. That is short for Jan Abanilla.
For Enyo naman, alam mo, isa sa napapansin ko talaga sa kanila, magandang pitik ng setter. It's just the height of the ball gives a lot of time to the blockers of Vanguard to really catch up and anticipate who they're setting it to. Wala pa masyadong wala pa masyadong ipit. Yung pitik nandun pero yung ipit, yung height, yung bilis, parang yun pa yung kulang.
Kumbaga, dahil dun sa tagal ay mas madaling makapag-adjust.
Mas madaling mabantayan din at the same time.
7-all right now. Certainly a good opportunity though for Joseph Belio to improve his setting as he is the team captain for this conference. And they do score in the previous play. 7-all in set number 2. Belio with the honors.
Great floater.
His receive. Tatawid ni Kamaganakan. Belio, quick, Tagibolos, kept alive. Villegas.
Ang ganda ng set doon ni Ronchet.
That was a tough one for Joven Kamaganakan. Also, a risky landing against two blockers, but he does get the point, sending us to the first technical timeout of set number 2.
Migs and Mela, earlier you guys talked about how competitions like this would be very good for the very young NU players to build on their skills and their maturity on the court. And that is exactly what Coach Dong De La Cruz told me right before this very game. Sabi ni Coach Dong, even though veteran players Joshua Retamar and Nico Almendras are not playing here, experience is the only thing that sets them apart from these young guys because the system they follow and their familiarity with that system ay hindi naman nagkakalayo. Kaya naman buong confidence ni Coach Dong sa young team na ito, especially given how hardworking they are preparing for this conference twice a day, every day, even on Sundays. What are your thoughts on that, guys?
Twice a day, every day, even on Sundays.
Parang sounds family. Ganyan talaga ang buhay ng mga volleyballista.
Grabe naman yun. Yun ba ang championship culture ng National U?
Well, I guess it's any team with a championship culture would really want to maximize all the time they could have just to exert effort and training. And kung yun ang ni-reveal sa atin ng report ni Doreen rather, eh yan ang...
Grabe yun, ha?
Oo.
Wala
Pati
silang
Sunday,
pahinga.
actually relate. Talagang na-experience din namin
Talaga?
yun before. Oo.
Hindi ba ano yun? Like, I don't mean anything negative by this, no? Pero kamusta yung toll sa body?
Minsan kasi pag nakasanayan mo na Pero it doesn't mean naman na straight 7 days. They're gonna insert 1 day pa din na,
Okay.
na may break. Kasi syempre, hindi naman tayo robot, di ba? Kailangan din natin ng pahinga.
Twice a day pa.
Ang mga robot nga, ang mga makina nga, china-charge din, di ba?
Oo,
What more
nga
yung
naman.
tao. Pero yung ano lang talaga, yung makasanayan ng katawan mo na 6 times a week and within those 6 days, twice a day kayo nagtitraining. That's programmed for most of the Philippine volleyball players. Men's, women's, and even high school.
Well, if anything would explain why they're so good at this young, ayun na nga yun. NU is down by 1 point. Hindi naabot ni Clark Fernandez yung set na yun.
The body language of the NU Archipelago Builders are starting to build up at this point, tying the game 10-all against Vanguard.
Well, definitely, they are in a better position to win this set compared to set number 1, in which they were down for most of it. Vince Abrot, ball deflected. Bodies moving. Jaleco's turn. Cross works.
Ito naman yung sinabi natin kanina na mataas yung set. Pero if you have a spiker like Jaleco na may ganitong elevation, may ganitong reach at follow through, you're gonna have no problems. All they have to do is to be consistent at that.
Now NU with the lead. A misreceive. Make it 2 off of a service ace.
Bandola leading the charge for the NU Builders as they take the lead here 12-10, and Vanguard is gonna call a timeout.
Instruction, di ba, huwag tayong kailangan pantay-pantay. Jump serve, huwag tayong forward, okay? So, yun lang, simulan natin sa magandang pasa. Yung, tapos, emphasize yung, mga leg, emphasize yung dala. Dala na receive. Just. Taas.
Kalmado lang yung huddle na yon for the Vanguard volleyball team. Right now, NU's up 12-10 as they try to tie things up 1 set apiece in their matchup in the Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference. This is day number 2, folks. Game number 2 for today, but game number 4 overall for this conference so far. At dun sa unang tatlo, nakakita tayo ng isang 3 sets, isang 4 sets, at isang 5 sets. So the question is, how long will this game take between Vanguard and NU as National University gets another point?
Hindi, ito nga yata yung sinasabi ni Coach, no, na ang lamang lang ng mga veteran players nila ay experience. But
Yes.
when we talk about the culture, the system, they're just all working under the same one. So, just a matter of really getting their confidence to be as good as the others. They are as potential, definitely. As we can see here, they are now up by 4 points against Vanguard.
You know, Mela, last year's Spikers Turf, we did see that different NU team. Pero napag-usapan nun yung tendency ng NU na mag-start ng mabagal. And eventually, they did end the conference as champions.
Baka kasama sa system.
Well, things are looking a lot better right now because they're up by 4.
But you know, in terms of experience, no, mas, kasi pag kami mga ganun kang experience na, ay grabe, 10 points lamang nila, nahabol namin, that builds the player even more. Not that it's ideal na gusto mo maghahabol ka, di ba? Pero, like, I mean, yung nagigain nila, mentally also, and emotionally, sa mga ganong moments na nalalagpasan nila, it's much more compared to a game na, ay, lagi silang lamang, ganyan.
How about this? Straight points for NU. Nagtutuloy-tuloy. It's 15 serving 10. Balik tayo kay Mac Bandola.
He's been serving for quite a while now.
Go straight to Kamaganakan. Desuyo opens up.
Oh,
Yung connection na yan, maganda. Off the bench, Desuyo on to Sorio.
so far the long balls are working for Vanguard.
So will this combination be key for them to pull off a comeback of their own this time in set number 2?
Ito naman yung maganda para kay Coach Edget Mabayad, no? Dahil kanina nung first set, nagpalit siya ng tao. Quality minutes displayed by his players. And this time around, just when they needed the most, nagpe-perform din itong kanyang mga hinugot from the bench. And of course, these errors from NU aren't helping.
Now they get back-to-back points after that huge NU run in the middle of this set. Clark Fernandez. Straight to the libero. The quick. Yun ang tangkad ni Peng Tagibolos. Nagpe-pay off.
Yan talaga tangkad, hindi na kailangang ituro yan. So it will always be an advantage as NU finally gets to the second technical timeout. They're up by 4 here. We'll be right back.
(16-12), and then a service ace para sa National University as they get their very own back-to-back points matapos yung back-to-back din ng Vanguard squad.
And you know, they've been banking on their loaded serves. Talking about the NU squad. Kanina yan ang Waterloo nila nung first set.
And as you say that,
Sinundo ko yata
Ayun
na
lang.
manifest. But it's been helping them a lot here in the second set. You know, apart from them scoring aces. Kapag natatawid nila, hirap na hirap din talaga itong Vanguard na receive.
now that is really weird, should we say, for this game. Kung may nag-service error sa isa, yung kabila,
They really are
dumodoble
na
din, no?
ganun.
May ganun, no? 18-13. This time, it's in. Ooh, yung porsyento ni Palisok.
Nabawasan, hindi
Nabawasan
na 100%. That's his first attempt na hindi naipuntos, no? So, ilan na lang yun? Hindi ako magaling mag-math. 99%.
Ilan na siya?
Percentage pala yung
Ilan na
nabawasan.
siya? 7 out of 8 ba? Ganun ba?
Oo, 7 out of 8.
7 out of 8, 87.5%. Ayan ang ating porsyento. Mataas pa rin naman.
Oo. Naiwan ko po kasi ang aking abacus.
Wow, abacus. Cross court. Sumobra para kay Vince Abrot.
Definitely a more challenging set for the Vanguard dahil kanina, you know, it's not just Palisok who's been very efficient, even his other teammates talking about Abrot, but now sabay-sabay sila nag-error and that leads to a timeout from Coach Edget.
Porsentuhan, hila, para single yung hila. Okay? Ayos tayo, ayos ng pasa. Simulan natin sa pasa.
Jazz, ikaw magsalita, Jazz. Ikaw nasa loob. Let's go. Hindi kasi masyado pang gigilin ng bola.
5 points pa gagawin nila, malayo pa yan.
Vanguard! 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 Let's go, let's go.
Si Coach Edget, kalmado lang, no? Tsaka
Oo.
mabilisan yung instructions.
Pero sabi ng mga teammates or ang mga veterans sa team, huwag daw panggigilan yung bola. Kasi, you know, it's right. Dahil in the first set, they looked more relaxed and with that kind of, you know, mental state for them, they are more efficient as we've seen in the first set. But this time, balikan natin ang attack efficiency ng Vanguard in set 1. 0 attack fault. Meanwhile, here in the second set, already 6 attack errors. So, big difference in their game.
Really, really big difference, which is actually also the lead of NU right now, yung 6 na puntos na yan. Bago itong puntos ni Daniel Diwa. Vince Abrot. 14 serving 20. Jaleco is rejected. Back-to-back points for the white shirts.
Great combination by Palisok and Diwa. Saradong-sarado yung dadaanan doon ng NU.
So can Vanguard now build their own momentum and pull off a comeback? Abrot will serve straight to the libero. Bello, Jaleco, babawi, kept alive. Back set. Itinawid ni Palisok. Oh, it's Joseph Bello's turn to attack and he will score.
A lefty. And a great attack from Bello. Rare opportunities that a setter could get. Talaga namang ima-maximize ito ni Bello.
Perfect read right there from the young setter. 21-15. Misreceive. Palisok will still try, but to no avail against two blockers.
No one there to cover for Palisok. Alam mo, super short na nung set sa kanya. Hinabol niya na lang. So, dahil hinabol niya yun, talagang hindi niya na ma-adjustan yung angle nun. He only has one option for that dahil malayo yung distance niya doon sa bola. But his teammates just weren't ready to cover for him. But they're gonna do a one-stop here courtesy of that Diwa attack.
Daniel Diwa. You know, relatively Diwa also has high percentage in terms of his attacks dahil as you mentioned, di nga masyado marami binibigay sa middle hitters, but more often than not, he does score for his teams.
They're gonna need more steady passing for him to be contributing more.
It's abroad from the back. Another point for Vanguard. Staying alive here in set 2.
5-point lead. Still with NU. Pero if Vanguard maintains yung kagaya kanina na no attack fault, na yung mga set nila talagang 100% efficiency, they could definitely stay close. But as we mentioned that, Diwa just committed another error. So it seems like this set is really going NU's way.
23 serving 17. Leo Ordiales already has an ace to his sleeve. Almost another one. Kamaganakan. Able to send it over. Bandola cross straight to the libero.
Great recovery.
Chance ball. Bello, the quick is rejected. Kept alive. Bandola cross court. Buhay pa rin. Longest rally so far. Ordiales sumobra. Pumasok ba? It is outside in favor of Vanguard.
Medyo kinabahan ako dun sa ginawa ni Palisok na tumalon siya at may potential na pumasok yung overball na yon. But it seemed like he read that ball well. But we have to credit both teams for the amazing defense they've both displayed. Amazing defense, amazing attacks. And may mga one-hand saves, may mga strong attacks na talagang nadepensahan. So that was the best rally so far in this whole game between Vanguard and NU.
And that definitely got the crowd at the edge of their seats. Bandola straight to the back line.
We've been looking for the next leader for NU. And this guy right here, Bandola, has been stepping up to the challenge for the search of the next leader. His numbers speak for him, and at the same time, his whole aura really just carrying the team right now.
Combination on the other end. Naibalik. Villegas back to the open. Oh, that's really low for Kamaganakan. And set number 2 belongs to National University. We're tied, folks. One set apiece. Great recovery from the purple shirts here in set 2. It's an even score for both Vanguard and National University, 25 to 18 in favor of Vanguard in set number 1. Ni-reverse nga lang yan ng National U in set number 2. We did talk about the attack efficiency of that Vanguard volleyball team drastically changed in set 2 where they made so much more errors compared to set 1 where they were perfect bukod na lamang sa kanilang services at the line. Now, Mela, what else did you see in set 2? What impressed you the most mula sa National U?
Well, what impressed me the most is their composure dahil, after that play from Vanguard team in the first set na they seemed flawless in their attacks, hindi sila na-rattle coming to the second set, but instead they worked harder and now they're able to get the set and masabi man natin na hindi sila nakahabol in terms of attacks, mas mababa pa rin sila dyan, 8 kumpara sa 12. They made up for their lack of attack in other departments like blockings and service. So they got 3 points apiece from those departments and they were able to minimize their errors to just 5 compared to the errors of Vanguard na nag-balloon to 11, and it just goes to show how intimidated they were with the blockings of NU. Kasi kanina medyo flawless sila dun sa atake nila, but of course with NU really putting premium in their blockings, na-intimidate na itong mga spikers ng Vanguard. Nag-ingat na sila and they committed more errors definitely from that second set.
Ayun na nga yung ni-report kanina ni Doreen, no? Na kahit ibang mga manlalaro, pareho ang sistema, parehong identity, parehong culture. Paying off right now for National U as we begin set number 3. This is the third extended match of your Spikers Turf Open Conference in 2023 so far. Opposite attack. Mukhang may tumama pa sa net. Puntos yan for NU.
And the body language of NU, they're just really enjoying the game more. And muntik pa maging error yun ni Abdul, but they're just celebrating it dahil the point still goes to them after that violation from Vanguard. So ito, yung playing more lightly, more relaxed. Mas doon natin nakikita yung sinasabi nila coach na potential and yung pagka-familiar nila sa system. As we see Bandola with yet another point here for NU.
Ganda ng galaw ng NU. As you can see, the body language is definitely more different now. Bandola though, stays consistent. As you mentioned, maganda siyang candidate for a leader for NU.
Leading the team with 8 points now.
Abrot is met up top. Tinawid agad. Kaso sumobra yung atake doon.
So the errors from Vanguard, it's coming, kanina sabi natin, yung puntos galing sa iba't ibang pangalan. This time around, the errors galing din sa iba't ibang pangalan.
Right.
Talking about Vanguard and even Palisok, who scored 8 points in the first set alone, which is limited to 2 points only in the second set. So talagang sunod-sunod ang mga errors dito as we see another one this time around from Fernandez. This is not the kind of balanced game you want to see from Vanguard.
Just overcooked that one was Clark Fernandez. 4-0 start here in favor of NU in set 3. Palisok from the back. And they badly needed that one. Their first point in this set.
Finally, that familiar emphatic approach from Palisok.
Yan ang na-miss ng Vanguard.
Oo.
Mula sa set number 1.
The swing, the hang time. It's perfect execution there.
Misreceive. Itinawid the chance for Vanguard. Palisok sending it over. Belio. Naku, ang hirap nun.
So, sobra sa kaliwa. And isa yan sa mga nahihirapan yung mga outside hitters, lalo na if they're right-handed. Tapos masyadong pakaliwa, lagpas ng antena yung set. It's really a struggle for them to get across.
2 serving 4. Sharp one. Diwa. Buhay pa rin. Abdul mula sa kabila. Mababa yan. It's 3 straight points for Vanguard.
Itong si Abdul, binibigyan din talaga ng oras ni coach para maka-adjust at mag-init sa laro. Because, they all started very cold in the first set. But in that second set, they all seemed more efficient. But this time around, si Abdul, kakapasok lang din here in the third set. Magkakasunod pa yung errors. But let's see kung ano ba yung totoong laro nitong ni Abdul. As Bandola again with another point. That's his 9th already in this game.
Mukhang ito ang tunay na laro ni Mac Bandola, one of the blue chip recruits of NU. May nakikita ka bang pagka Nico Almendras kay Bandola so far?
Well, sa atake yung efficiency nila. So, minsan sa culture nga din yan. Kasi may mga, especially mga rookies na tinuturuan ng mga approach. I remember nung days namin sa UST, syempre, sa mga kanya-kanyang school, may mga nakasanayan kayong ways ng approach. Di ba si Dakis, iba yung approach niya.
Oh, yes.
Ganyan. Pero sa amin, kasi sa men's volleyball, very notable sa kanila yung mga approach. Gusto nila pag nakita na gumalaw yung isa, ay, parang galing to sa UST, ay galing to sa NU. So, like parang tinatanong mo if may resemblance sila sa ako na nakikita. Parang yun yung naalala ko. Kasi yung mga men's volleyball coaches are very particular with the approach.
It's definitely very interesting. Jaleco sending it over. Villegas looks and sets. Palisok. Belio. Sumobra! Pero buhay pa rin.
Oh, great save!
Chance here for Vanguard. Can they capitalize? Agibolos colliding with Jaleco. Buzzer sounding here. May challenge na tayo dito.
This is possible. Na you call for a challenge in between the rallies. So if they feel like there's a violation na hindi nakapito, pwede na nilang i-challenge yan.
The coaches of these two teams exchanging smiles. This has happened before. But as I understand, Mel, and correct me if I'm wrong, iba yung implication sa scoring dito kapag nag-challenge ka in the middle of the rally. Tama ba yun?
Depende pag violation, kunyari not over. Yung point mapupunta sa'yo kasi parang if the right call is hindi siya tumawid, dapat iba automatic point sa'yo.
Oo, tama.
Ganun. Pero kapag yung mga challenge like block touch, yung mga hindi naman automatic point, ayun, iba yung implication sa scoring.
Alright. So pwede pa rin bang ma-replay yung point?
Oo, pwede. But they have to be, that's a tricky thing about the challenge. Kailangan, very particular sila which rally yung i-challenge
Which
sila.
part?
Because there are instances na mali yung nare-replay. So they can't ask for another one.
Right.
So dapat very specific.
So right now, they are reviewing the play that they are trying to indicate. Itong NU. Alright, so there's a block touch.
So ito, no point ito. Kasi they caught the rally while it was ongoing. And hindi naman siya violation. Kasi if it was a violation, block touch no yon kasi not over.
Alright.
But since there was a block touch, it's gonna be an unsuccessful challenge and no score dapat.
Okay. So Villegas will be serving with a score of 6-5. Well, a service error though for the Vanguard squad that will make the score tied once more, 6-all.
Yan lang advantage pag matagal yung replay eh.
Oo.
Unsuccessful man, magre-result naman sa, may potential mag-result sa error yung next rally.
Ang problema, patuloy yung trend
Oo.
natin na pag nag-service ace yung isang team, ganun din yung nangyayari sa kabila.
Another close set with a lot of errors in it.
It's 7 serving 6. What a matchup this is. Jaleco, what an approach! Tying things up at 7.
That was a powerful hit from Jaleco. Makikita mo, pinalo niya agad. And nakasalo yung kamay ng blockers. Doon pa tumama sa may forearm. So, less control on that one. And he's gonna be successful on that spike.
Here come the white shirts. Oh, that's low. And that will send us to the first technical timeout of set number 3 with only 1 point separating these two squads. NU with the lead.
It's not just Jade Disquitado who started out playing a different sport before finding volleyball. Vanguard's team captain and playmaker Ron Villegas actually started out playing sepak takraw for 4 years before finding this sport. And playing volleyball for 17 years now, sabi ni Ron that he really considers volleyball as his passion, as it is not only a sport he enjoys, ito din daw ang nagpaaral sa kanya, and volleyball made him the man that he is now. That's why even though it's a daunting role to be leading a new team in a league like the Spikers Turf, Ron embraces that challenge and even dares to dream to lead his team to the Final Four. Your thoughts, guys?
First of all, we also share the same thoughts, no? Na buti na lang nakapag-volleyball din itong si Ron Villegas as we get to see this point for Vanguard. An attack by the white shirts to the corner. Pero gusto ko rin talaga balikan, Mela, yung punto ni Doreen dun sa fact na nakapagpaaral yung volleyball kay Ron Villegas, which is an underrated thing in Philippine sports.
That's right. And sabi ko nga, kung ako pagkakaanak, kailangan varsity eh. Kasi
Oo.
iba yung tulong ng sports. You know, not just sa education, but it's really the development of a person eh.
Yes.
Na, alam mo, papasok ka doon, akala mo maglalaro ka lang, but after your years playing for a team, you would see how different you were from the time you started, na you've adapted to this culture na made you a better person talaga, a better athlete. And now, lagi ko talagang binibigyan ng importansya yung pagiging coach niya eh. Kasi, di ba, before, ano lang siya, naglalaro lang siya.
Yes.
But now, he's one of the young trainers also sa ating mga women's professional teams even, di ba?
And education definitely has a big role in that. FEU, brand of education pa yan para kay Ron Villegas, that allows him to communicate very well with whoever he coaches. Unfortunately, it is a service error here for Daniel Diwa. Still a tight game here. Only a 1-point difference.
I think both teams have already adjusted. We've seen the best game of Vanguard in the first set. Ito namang NU, naka-adjust na. They know kung paano equalize yung mga strengths nitong Vanguard. And they managed to stay closer in the next set. Talking about the second and this current set.
Combination! What a hammer from Russell Palisok!
What a set from Ronchet Villegas. No blocker at all for this high-efficient spiker, Palisok.
Uh-oh. My goodness. Dalawa pa yung na-floor doon na defenders ng NU.
We're really in awe dahil minsan tinitignan namin ito si Palisok, 2 blockers, minsan triple block, lumulusot pa. What more kung walang blocker?
Bawi naman sa kabila. Itong si Ajay Abdul.
And finally, Abdul joining the scoreboard for the NU Builders. Kanina, during the early part of the set, struggling pa, kakapasok pa lang, nangangapa pa. But this time, we're seeing glimpse of what he can do for NU.
Served by Ordiales, straight to Abrot. Palisok with all the athleticism in the world. Almost scored. Chance for the white shirts. Oh, another tough one. Jomen Kamaganakan scores and tumbles at the sideline.
Another open block for the spiker of Vanguard. And look at the talent of Ronchet Villegas. Really opening up his spikers. Yun yung sinasabi ko sa Mix kanina eh. Iba yung pitek, iba yung ipit, iba yung diskarte. Villegas has it all.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but there's also a certain style or pagka-stylish nung kanyang setting. Ito si Villegas, may sipa dito, may pagbuka ng mga legs. It just adds to his entertainment value.
The entertainment value and the lito value.
Oh,
diba? Kasi,
there you go.
alam mo yun, parang hindi na nila alam kung... kasi, of course, when you're doing scouting, inaaral mo yung tendencies ng tao eh. Yung mga coaches, very... tinitake note din nila yung mga ganyan na, kapag kasi si ganitong setter, lumiyad ng ganito, ito yung gagawin niya. So,
There you go.
etong si Villegas, ang dami niyang mga other stuff na ginagawa na hindi mo alam saan magli-lead. Kung anong diskarte yung kasunod nung mga ibang things na ginagawa niya.
Napaganda ang sitwasyon doon para sa Vanguard as Kamag-Anakan found the corner.
Don't look now. It's 14-11. Vanguard on the lead once again. And I believe they've gotten a lot of confidence from those back-to-back open sets that Villegas was able to give a lot of them.
Chance here. Can they capitalize? Daniel Diwa is met by Bandola.
Great save.
Tatawid ni Joven Kamag-Anakan. Bello. Open. Bandola down the line. It's outside.
Ganda rin ang set to ni Bello. Kayang-kayang ibabaw ni Bandola pero masyadong iniwas sa blocker. Opting for that down the line hit, but he missed the line. Sumobra sa kabig. Great read from Villegas as well.
It is 15 serving 11 after an 8-7 advantage by NU. Take over ang Vanguard bukod na lamang sa service error na yan that cuts the lead down to 3.
I believe that is the 15th error of Vanguard sa buong match na to 16 rather.
That has been a story for their squad today. Palisok. Belio was there. Ball up. Paklang. Jaleco. Sent back. Habol. May tatawid pa rin. Oh, there's that signature running attack for Daniel Diwa.
Ganda ng habol din ni Bandola, but Vanguard just playing smart here. While the defense was scrambling, ibabato agad sa quick attack as we take a look at this Diwa running hit. Great connection also with Ronchet Villegas as they go to the second technical timeout here in the third set.
Back for your Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference. Again, thank you for joining us. This is Mix Gomez alongside Mela Tunay and Doreen Suway Baguio. After the second technical timeout, we are met with another service error, this time from Ron Villegas. And there's Coach Dante Alinsunurin, now taking the lead for National University. Attack from Daniel Diwa straight to Bello. That's another point for Diwa, who sent us to the second technical timeout.
Sayang yung president ni Bello. He was actually there, pero itong si Abdul heading to the direction and getting ready to attack. And the closest person to recover that ball.
17-13, Abrot with the serve, straight to the libero, back set.
There you go. Yan na nga ba yung sinasabi nating potential unleashed. Kanina nag-warm up lang, but the mere fact na their coaches, and these are the winningest, some of the winningest coaches in men's volleyball, no, some of the most experienced as well, and having them put these guys inside the court despite committing errors, iba yung confidence nila dito sa mga batang to, and they're just really showing us why. And NU is trailing. There's only a 2-point lead from Vanguard, and they're gonna call a timeout here, 17-15. Let's listen in.
So, break lang natin yung momentum. Huwag natin silang bigyan ng pagkakataon, okay?
Breaking tayo, ha?
Emergency timeout for Coach Edget Mabayad to break the momentum of National University. And there's actually an individual momentum building up as well for Ajay Abdul. I'm not sure, Mel, if you noticed it, but when he scored, nagpalakpakan yung mga NU fans. Parang crowd favorite ata itong si Ajay.
Minsan di rin natin alam sino yung mga tago nila. Sa dami
Oo.
pa naman nila eh.
Last year, it happened with Micaela Budin, who came off the bench in the first couple of games. Then Coach Dante Alinsunurin trusted him to start, and he emerged as one of the best scorers of the Spikers turf. At siya pa ang nag-finals MVP para sa National U. As a rookie, by the way. There's Abdul. Villegas opens up. Kamaganakan is red.
Solid block there. Great anticipation at ang ganda ng pagkakasara doon ng double block ng NU. Payong na payong.
We're also seeing a different libero now for National U. It's Jonas Hernandez.
So itong mga coaches ng NU really echoes the goal and the objective of this of joining Spikers Turf with a new set of players na talagang experience. Kaya naman they're fielding in as much players as they can, as we saw that great save from Belio.
Combination. This time, Palisok will not be denied again.
Closer third set.
Remember, a while ago, we talked about Razel Palisok, Mela. Nakita na natin siya
Oo.
dati pa. Pero parang hindi siya ganito
Oo.
maglaro, no?
Exactly our words earlier when we were talking off-air. Sabi namin, si Palisok, di ba siya yung last time? Pero hindi pa siya ganyan last time, di ba?
Oo. Ang laki ng ginaling.
Goes to show about the progress in men's volleyball also. Kaya ang sarap panoorin na we're having more leagues, especially after na nung nag-pandemic, 'di ba? Wala masyadong liga. Yung women's volleyball nakabalik na, yung men's hindi pa. It was only until fourth quarter of 2022 when we had the PNBF Champions League and the Spikers Turf. And now we're looking at a much, a busier year for men's volleyball. There's gonna be UAAP men's volleyball again. And itong Spikers Turf, hopefully more conferences
Right.
for the year.
May international pa nga ng mga liga, no? SEA Games is coming this year. And hopefully more and more and more. The fact that we have 11 teams is already a great sign for men's volleyball. 19-17, Bandola. 2 blockers na ibalik. Baklang. Bandola again. Sumobra.
Alam mo, looking at it, no? Comparing it to women's volleyball, we actually have more teams in men's volleyball.
Oo nga, no?
So it goes to show how much of talents we have.
Right.
And yung kagandahan kasi sa men's volleyball, they're veterans, like I mentioned earlier. They're more active, diba, compared to women's volleyball.
That's an easy one for Leo Ordiales. Hopefully more and more talents can find the exposure. Kasi ngayon, national TV na sila. Just like this guy, Leo Ordiales. One of the blue chips from the provinces. Kamaganakan. Pretty open.
Oh.
May rejection.
And kanina, if you remember me saying na kapag nag-triple block sila, they have to make it count. And this time around, that's exactly what they did. Dahil, na-experience ko yan, yung outside hitter ka or opposite hitter ka, hahabol ka sa kabilang side ng court, tapos aatras ka ulit para umatake ka. yung pagod, ibang levels. Kaya kailangan talaga solid block na yon.
Alright, there seems to be another challenge here. Ball in or out by NU. It is the crucial part of set number 3. We're only separated by 2 points, with both teams having one set apiece to their name. Another challenge, which is also the beauty of the 2023 Spikers Turf Open Conference. Last year, wala pa po tayong challenge system. Tignan natin, was it in or out? Mukhang papasok na. So that is a successful challenge for National U. Coach Dong de la Cruz now taking a seat as Coach Dante is the one standing up as their head coach. 20 all, folks. We're back to square one for both NU and Vanguard. Desuyo. Kamaganakan cross. Sumobra.
And this is the intimidation you get from the blockings of NU. Sabi nga natin, yung akala natin perfect attacking ng Vanguard in the first set. They weren't able to continue with that dahil talagang itong NU squad learn how to neutralize the strength of Vanguard by using their own strengths in blocking. And right now, that's the biggest problem of Vanguard.
Ordiales. Ooh, service error. Very costly. That ties things up. $21 all. You know, before this coverage, Mela, ang dami nagsasabi, you don't know what to expect, especially with these new teams. And how about this level of competition being presented in front of us?
Tinanong mo nga ako kung anong prediction ko dito sa dalawang to. Wala talaga akong mapipredict. And imagine, no, yung mga errors, nagfa-factor in pa yan. But imagine the talents of these guys. Kapag factored out yung errors, talagang yung titignan mo lang ay yung mga strength nila sa attack, sa blocks, sa aces. But this time, we can't really put a blind eye dun sa mga errors dahil ang dami talaga nila from both teams.
And it's coming at the worst time.
Yeah, and it's exactly what's making this game a closer one. Dahil dun sa mga errors na yun, dun sila naghahabulan. No one's really able to keep hold of their momentum na walang errors. So nalilipat talaga sa iba.
Service here, a sharp one for Vanguard.
Oh, tight set!
And that is a point for the white shirts closing in 23-22. Timeout, Coach Dante Alinsunurin.
Magmamadali. Business tayo, gawa mo na ng paraan. Play natin, sige. Okay, pasok ka A dito, tapos si AJ dito. Nandito yung ano, ha? Diskarte lang, ha? Importante, makapasa muna tayo. Okay, tsaka ilang natin. Pag ano lang eh, medyo hold lang, kamayin nyo na lang. Pasukan nyo, ha? Para mas madala nyo kung saan yung bola nyo, ha? Okay, sige, ha? Iwanan lang.
Isa lang.
Tapos cover tayo.
Alright, it is crunch time, at least for set number 3. One set apiece for NU and Vanguard. 23-22, white shirts up by 1. And they have Julito Almanon at the service line. That's outside. We're tied again.
Great timeout by Coach Dante. He knew there's a chance that would happen.
And it happened.
That's right.
23 all, folks.
Teasing the servers.
Ball straight to Abrot. Vince will get it back. Off of the blockers. He will score.
Amazing setting job from Ronchette Villegas.
Kanina pa niya ginagawa yun, tinatawid.
Yung labas dito sa sideline, tapos ibabata niya sa open na parang napaka-sakto talaga. And we have to credit the Spikers dahil, syempre, it's not always easy to hit those kinds of offsets.
Set point for Vanguard. Villegas sending it in. Belio, that's close to the net. Naitulak ng tama ni Jaleco. And we're tied again.
our first extended set.
We did mention may isang 3-setter, may isang 4-setter, may isang 5-setter so far sa Spikers Turf in 2023. At eto tayo ngayon.
Oh,
A service error. Now that has been an unfortunate side for Peng Tagibolos in today's ball game.
ganda ng pinakita niya kanina, but actually for everyone yan ang nagiging panira talaga from
Right.
both sides actually.
25, serving 24, set point, Vince Abrot. Ball is alive. Jaleco's approach, sailing wide. And
That
set
was-
number 3 belongs to Vanguard.
That was a great approach from Jaleco. But masyado lang matas yung bola for his timing. Pero sayang, full swing sana, full approach. But that set's gonna go to Vanguard. Courtesy of an extended set. 26-24. Let's see how NU can bounce back. And if Vanguard gets to seal the game in this fourth set. We'll be right back.
We are about to begin set number 4 between Vanguard and NU. What a game it has been. We are only separated by 2 points overall after that 25-18 differences in the first 2 sets. We even had an extended set for the first time, at least for today, in set number 3. Would you say, Mela, that this is an evenly matched competition for these two teams?
Evenly matched in terms of errors, I would say. Kasi both teams, hindi sila evenly matched sa atake dahil strength yan ng Vanguard. At least for this game, ito namang NU, strength talaga nila yung blockade. So, evenly matched in the sense na alam nila anong gagamitin over the other. But like I mentioned, ito nga ang very equal. Dito tayo sure talaga sa errors ng bawat kupunan. 13 versus 13. And sabi ko ngayon yung reason kung bakit naging close tong set number 3 na to, our first extended set in this game. And as we saw from the set stats as well, as we take a look on our screens, andyan din ang NU volleyball team, our defending champs.
Right.
Oh,
Yan ang
cheering on.
mag-UAP team nila.
Cheering on their next generation of NU Bulldogs. But going back to the stats, itong ang Vanguard still playing to their strengths and managed to win that third set by sticking to their strengths dahil yung attacks nila 12 versus 7 only of NU, and as much as lumamang ang NU sa blocks 2-0, sa ace 2-1, tapos sobrang equal pa sa errors, doon talaga sila kumapit sa strength nila sa atake. So buti na lang nakapag bangko sila ng lamang dyan sa atake as they get their first ace here in the fourth set, courtesy of Kamag-anakan. A lucky shot there, using the tape of the net as help.
That was something new for today. Iba rin yung hinga dun, ikamaganakan after getting the ace. At
Oh,
ngayon, error naman. By the way, no,
low clearance.
as much as you mentioned na even yung errors nila, 13-13, we also have to mention, to recognize na 13 yun.
Oo.
Mataas yun.
Sobrang taas nun.
That's like half of the points
Mhm.
of Vanguard in set number 3.
And you know, things slow down for both teams also. But before we move on, just take a look at the Tagibolo solid single man block. Well timed. Payong na payong talaga yung kamay niya nandun sa kabilang court. But as I was saying, parang things really slow down for both teams kasi you know, for Palisok, 8 points in the first set, and then after that, third set, 14 points pa lang siya. I mean, that's high. But comparing it to how he played in the first set, parang medyo bumaba din talaga yung efficiency. And for Bandola naman, 9 points already in this game, followed by Tagibolos, who emerged late in this game. 7 points already. Make that 8 after that solid block.
And you feeling it? Well, at least their bench, no, as they try to support their squad. They did not get the point, though. It is 3 serving 2 in set number 4. Belio opens up. Jaleco. Pasok ba? Bukang outside.
Jaleco going for his 7th point, but he's not gonna get it. Medyo, alam mo, so far in their lineup, siya yung medyo, ano no, may lack of spin pa, yung hawak sa bola. But definitely, the power is there. Ang taas din ang reach niya sa bola.
And certainly a lot of room for him to improve. This is his golden opportunity to become better and better as one of the young players in the Spikers turf. Ayan, ang isa pang bata ng National U, Peng Tagibolos. 3 serving 4. Palisok is rejected. That's a great block for National U.
And this is a great formula from the NU Builders as well. Manning their top gun. Diba? Kung 100% efficiency ka in the first set, okay, we learned our lesson. This is what we're gonna do against you. And that's been very effective for NU.
Villegas looks over and sets things up for Abrot. Oh, regalo! Easy
Abdul.
one for Daniel Diwa.
Abdul caught outside the sideline, ready to attack na, hindi nakapwesto para dumepensa.
There you see that last sequence, making it easy for Daniel Diwa to put it away. Lead is with Vanguard, 5-4. Can they close things out in 4 sets? Belio onto the quick, Ordiales. Is this the first time that we've seen that quick?
Parang, at least kay Ordiales. But you know, this is the time where they need it the most. Dahil ito nga sila, Bandola rather, kanina pa yan na umaatake. So they have to offer something new here in the 4th set.
Great effort by NU to keep it alive. Palisok, this time with the off-speed. Jaleco, off-speed din. Gagana naman para sa kanya.
That was such a high set for Jaleco, but he was smart enough knowing exactly what to do with that ball. He's had a couple of attack errors, but this time, just recognizing na paubaba na yung blockers niya, gamitin mo yung kamay dahil ang layo ng inatras ng mga defenders.
6 serving 5. NU now on top. Villegas. Abrot is met by Jaleco. Chance for NU. They go to the other end. Lefty attack. Buhay pa rin. Crowd is feeling it. Abrot. Hernandez. Jaleco. The push. Abrot. Opposite. Hernandez is there. Long rally. Jaleco off of the blockers.
Longest rally in the game, and it ends courtesy of that Jaleco off the block hit. Ang layo ng tinalsik nun. And so far, Jaleco leading the way for NU here in this 4th set. Yan yung kailangan nila dahil kanina pag lumilikod si Bandola, that's when they're struggling the most. But this time, Jaleco is really stepping up as Yes, Abdul scores of an ace to get NU to the first technical timeout.
Obed Bukaba, Mikaelo Budin, loving it at the sidelines alongside some of their teammates as well. 8-5, first technical timeout in set number 4.
Assuming Joshua Tamar's role of being NU's playmaker, Joseph Bello shares Mac Bandola's sentiment na talaga nga namang nakaka-pressure following the steps of one of the best setters NU has ever seen. But did you guys know that Joseph Bello spent half of his young volleyball career so far not as a setter but as a libero? With his newer role, Joseph feels that it's a good fit for him because 1, he's tall, and 2, he's left-handed, and according to him, the latter is a feature that allows him to be a better playmaker. What do you think, Mel and Migs?
All right, I raised 2 questions. First of all, Bella, how hard is it to transition from a libero to a setter? Second question, parang patangkad siya, no?
Oo. Yun yung sabi ko,
maging libero din.
Libero siya, tapos ang tangkad niya. Pero isa sa mga kilala kong ganyan, si Bang Pineda. Before nag-setter siya, and then nag-spiker, and then nag-libero. So may mga siguro born to play. But let's listen from this timeout from Vanguard.
Bakit? Diba? Kita nyo na, pag na-single block kayo, paluin ko punasan mo kamay, iwas mo, single block na tayo. Okay? Maayos ang pasa natin, ayusin natin yung atake natin.
Tara, pre. Isa-isa natin.
It is 10-5, NU up by 5. We just talked about the change of position of Joseph Bello mula libero papuntang setter as reported by Doreen Suway Baguio. Na-mention ni Mela yung example ni Bang Pineda for transitioning from one position to the other. Si Ayel Estraniero, ganun din, di ba?
Siya naman, spiker, nag-setter, and then nag-libero.
Yun. Ikaw?
Okay na ako, commentator, Mix.
Okay na itong posisyon na to.
Okay ako dito.
10-6 our score. As you get to see this strong attack mula kay Razel Palisok, who has been nothing short of spectacular in tonight's ball game.
And finally, Palisok getting a clean hit, no, after he's been guarded well by the NU blockers. Pero that abrupt service error isn't gonna help for them to claim back the momentum.
Lead is 5 for NU. Quick attack, Daniel Diwa. It's just wide. So another point for the purple shirts as they try to send us to the second, fifth setter in the Spikers turf.
So far for both teams, I think they really need to utilize their middles even more. Pero if you have Palisok attacking like this, okay na rin siguro kahit sa kanya lahat ng bola. But I guess, it's a matter of separating the blockers na lang, lalo na on the side of Vanguard na yung NU talaga stepped up and became really consistent throughout the second and third set when it comes to blockings.
Bandola, they get another point. The attacking coming alive here for NU. Lead is 6.
Just enough spin and that Bandola hit. Sa textbook spike, no, talagang mataas yung reach. And ginamitan ng wrist action.
Ordiales serving. Napalakas. Uncharacteristically long for Leo Ordiales.
This has been the story of this matchup all throughout the game.
Yes,
diba?
definitely.
Momentum building on one side and ending because of the error then. Mostly from the service line.
And then this is adding to the story. Whenever one team makes a service error, ganun din mangyayari sa kabila.
Iba yung nare-replicate hindi yung points, yung errors.
Oo. Pero sabi mo nga, it happens. May mga araw lang talaga na ganito.
May days talaga na ganyan.
Belio. This time, it's alive. Kamaganakan was rejected. Ooh, miscue!
Nagkatinginan doon yung libero at yung setter.
And that puts NU up by 7 here. 1 point away from the second technical timeout.
You know, having the defending champs, at least the players from the NU squad from the 2022 Spikers Turf being here cheering for them. Syempre, the seniors, it has a different effect on these young guns because it seems like they're more in the game now compared to how they played earlier.
Can you just imagine the motivation behind seeing them at the sideline? I'm sure gusto nilang patunayan yung sarili nila sa kanilang mga kuya.
Tsaka iba yung pride ng system NU volleyball system. They've established that already, especially in men's volleyball.
Nag-miss-set doon si Joseph Belio. Did you notice? Una siya nag-sorry doon sa sa kanyang mga kuya sa team. I'm not sure if that was a mistake because he does have some senior setters in that crowd. Wala lang si Owa. But Clarence Pelestrino is there. Ball outside, another service error, and that will send us to the second technical timeout. Back for your matchup between Vanguard and National University. We are in set number 4. The score 16-10 in favor of NU. The Archipelago Volley Builders are trying to send us to a 5th set for the second time in this conference. Second time this year, as we should say as well. We do welcome you to our coverage. Vince Ambrot welcomes you as well with that strong attack.
Vince Ambrot finally finding a way to score against the steady blockings of NU. Kanina pa sila naaral and this time using the hands of his blockers to get that point and cut the lead to just 5. Pero Mix, this is another interesting that happened today. We've been talking about their errors, pero alam nyo ba kung ilan na ang service error ng Vanguard?
Ilan na?
Isang set na.
Wow!
25 service errors throughout the game. So that doesn't include yung mga other errors nila from other skills. Sa service error alone. Ngayon lang ako nakarinig ng ganito.
Ganyan, yeah, me too. Actually, sa lagay na yun, if you look at the number for NU, which is 14, mataas na yung 14, di ba?
Na service error lang.
Service error
again,
lang.
hindi pa kasama yung ibang errors nila. Make that 15 for NU. What a trend.
Right.
By both teams.
Nag-a-apply pa ba yung sinasabi mo there are days like this? Kasi parang
This is
exemption to the
this is a
mean, eh, no?
holiday.
Right. But for sure,
Oh.
these two teams will be looking to work on that department.
Definitely. Dahil it gives them more struggle eh. Parang keeping up and iba yung nauubos na energy sa kanila na kailangan nila bawiin yung mga errors nila. Instead of just playing their game,
Right.
focusing on their strengths, ang nangyayari is they're trying to use their strengths but at the same time, double down on it dahil sumingaw yung mga weaknesses nila.
Tapos ngayon, may service error dahil natulungan ng net.
Oo.
Ang National U lead is 7 points. Coach Edget calls for time.
Sabi sa inyo, huwag natin silang bigyan ng pagkakataon kasi babalik at babalik yan. Maglalaro at maglalaro na maayos yan. So tayo, hindi tayo pwede mag-relax. Okay? Ganda natin yung pasa, ayusin yung set. Yung atake natin, trabahuin din natin. Kasi ginagawa na nila yung part nila. Gawin natin yung trabaho natin na mamamalo dyan sa dulo-dulo natin. Okay? Go, go, go!
Hey, Vanguard!
That actually sums it up very well, no? Itong culture, itong sistema ng NU, you know they're gonna fight till the end because of their pride, which we also talked about just a while ago, and Coach Edget definitely knows about it. Right now, they're facing a 7-point deficit in set number 4. Will there be a miracle here? A comeback from that Vanguard volleyball team? Or can NU send us to the second 5-setter? And we see another service error.
That's the 16th service error of NU para may balak pang humabol sa 25 ng Vanguard.
25 plus 16, 41 service errors. Biruin mo yun.
We actually might be part of history, no? Na
Could be.
most, number of service errors in a game from both teams. But let's try to highlight the good parts of this game. That was a great setup there for the middle of NU. Sabi nga natin, if may kulang man sa game na yan, malibang sa kulang sa control service, yung pag-utilize ng middles from both teams.
Joseph Bellio did not need any teammate, any attacker in that sequence. Took matters onto his own hands as he scores. Second time in this game na siya yung pumalo at umiscore.
And good eye as well. Makita mo yung court sense niya doon.
Chance ball. Bellio looks and sets. Bandola! 2 blockers. He breaks the wall.
No, Bandola, nothing spectacular with how he does his attacks. Pero he's really been so efficient in this game. He just knows how to mix yung power doon sa kanyang timing. Kasi ang bilis niya paluin ng bola eh. And yung wrist action niya din, something very notable about how he spikes the ball.
Desuyo opens up. That's low for Kamaganakan. NU closing in. Biggest lead of the match so far, by the way, as well. (23-13).
10-point disparity and the lead is with a young squad of NU. Sabi nga natin, the next generation. Whoa.
That's another low attack, this time from Jonathan Sorio.
3 attack errors in a row for Vanguard. Very uncharacteristic of their 100% efficiency in the first set. No attack faults in that set number 1. This time, 3 in a row alone here in the fourth set.
Strong approach, that time read by Leo Ordiales. There you have it, folks. 25-13, the largest disparity of this game so far. But if you think about it, we're back to square one, 2 sets apiece. Ang advantage na talaga ngayon ng NU, they do have the momentum.
That's right. The momentum and the confidence and the really maximizing on their strengths. But you're gonna see more volleyball action. I guess the most intense level played by both these teams here in the 5th set. We'll be right back. It's Vanguard versus NU in the 5th set.
We are down to the last set between NU and Vanguard. The scores in the first two, 25 to 18 respectively, in favor of Vanguard and NU. We saw an extended third set, 26-24, but NU just dominated in the last one, winning it in double figures. Now the story of this game, we have been mentioning the errors a lot. Couple of attack errors, but the service errors. Even making whispers kumakatok sa history dahil sa sobrang dami. Certainly a department that these two teams will look to recover from to control in set number 5.
If you're gunning to be part of history, this is not the way to do it. Dahil 25 errors in a game for Vanguard, 16 for NU, both so high. But I guess in every set, it's a different storyline. And this time around in set number 4, this is the first time that NU overscored itong Vanguard in terms of attacks. 9 compared to 5. But look at the block points of NU. 5 kill blocks, iba pa dyan yung mga na-check nila talaga. So definitely the momentum and the confidence of the attackers from Vanguard are affected, and it's very evident on their stats. But apart from that, itong parehong kupunan nakascore ng 2 ace, and the errors also a lot coming from the Vanguard volleyball team with 9 errors compared to 6 of NU. So it is a 10-point disparity, or sorry, 12-point disparity pala in that set number 4. So hopefully both these teams get to minimize their errors here in the 5th set and just bring their best game.
Great save right there by Richard Alfaro. Smart move mula kay Kamaganakan. Still couldn't score. Chance for Vanguard. Abroad. Sent back. We mentioned the blocking. It has been very much alive for NU. But Razel Palisok on the other end will not be denied.
Palisok starting strong, and you know, kung gusto talaga nilang makabawi at masira yung system na na-build nitong NU here in this whole game, they have to work faster, diba? And of course with a setter like Ronchat Villegas, that's very possible.
The other end, strong hit, wala nang recovery yan. Back Pandola putting it away.
An exchange of points between these two teams, and this is the kind of exchange that we wanted to see, no? Yung both teams producing their own points, not relying on the other team's error.
Strong serve. Abroad against two blockers. Buhay pa rin. Almost a scary situation. Vince Abroad making NU pay on that exchange.
And great recovery from Vanguard, and very quick thinking as well from Villegas. Nakita niya, nag-scramble pa dahil itong si Jaleco galing doon sa may gitna. So, doon niya binigay sa open hit yung kanyang last set.
Oversee Daniel Diwa sending it back. That's another point for Vanguard, 3-1 in favor of them.
Great start here by Vanguard volleyball team. Everyone just really bringing their best game. No errors so far. Ayokong batiin. Pero so far sa lahat ng nag-last touch from Vanguard, resulted to a point.
Jaleco hearing it from his teammates as he approached that volleyball, and he does score.
Jaleco emerging to be a smart spiker. You know, earlier he was struggling with his attacks,
right.
Lack of spin, outside, hindi tumatawid. But he's really responding to when he's needed the most. Just being smart with his attacks.
Pagibolos puts that serve in. Palisok, bawi agad.
Palisok again with that full swing. And you know, he's exerted everything from that last spike. And very very familiar yung kanyang pinapakita here in the 5th set, because it reminds us of how he performed in the 1st set.
You did mention 8 points in the opening set for Razel Palisok.
Whoa.
Jaleco is rejected. Great net defense now for Vanguard.
Vanguard giving NU a taste of their own medicine.
They haven't been blocking in this match, no, Melaw? Hindi mataas ang kanilang statistics in that category.
Actually, parang wala nga akong maalala na kill blocks eh. Mostly from NU. They do get block checks, but in terms of kill blocks, I guess that's not their strongest department in this game. But they're trying to be at par with NU. Meanwhile, ito si Ronchat Villegas.
Ayun na, yung first service error natin in
They're
set number 5.
26th in this game.
So that's 42 in total as Vince Abrot attacks and scores.
Great angle from Vince Abrot. And going cross-court despite having the taller blocker in the middle. Although medyo late itong si Orjales. He maximized that and went for that cross-court shot as he get 2 consecutive points courtesy of that service ace.
That's a big one for Vince Abrot for it to come at this time of the match. And he even gives Vanguard a 4-point cushion in set number 5. Timeout dito ng NU.
Bahay ng ginagawa, ganun din sa'yo, okay? One good receive lang tayo, 2 spikers tayo, pag pwede, mabait, pero tayo, ha? Punta mo rito. Go tao, tapos labasan mo lang. Ha? Diskarte lang tayo, ha? Sige, sige.
Go. Isang.
Alangan, tumulong ka. Ha? O sige. Hey, you!
So now the young guns will be tested. Not only with their skill set, mentally, emotionally. So ito na yun, crunch time na for them against the Vanguard.
Great reception there. Zaleco trying to find an open spot in the defense.
Wow, a no-look set. Did you see that? The look away from Villegas.
Iba na talaga yung kapa nito ni Ronchet sa bola. Kayang-kaya na yung mga no-look.
It's 8-3 now. Abrot with another strong serve. Zaleco. Ball is up. The chase. Itatawid. Ni Kamaganakan. Sent over. Villegas. Back set. Palisok is rejected. Single coverage. Unfortunately, it sailed outside in favor of Razel.
That was almost a solid block kill. One-on-one against the top spiker.
Zaleco.
Ito ngang si Palisok. Pero sabi nga natin, smart enough to get that point off the block.
Chased by Bello. Chance ball. And the white shirts capitalize. Villegas combination. Kamaganakan will score.
Kamaganakan has struggled in most parts of the game. Ang ganda na naging simula niya. Pero this time, in the 5th set, just coming alive. And now 5 points away from sealing this game.
Well, Bella, how about that ball distribution by Ron Villegas?
Sabi ko nga talagang kayang-kaya niyang patunugin lahat ng mga spikers niya. Kung how much we praised him in the first set, I think he's doing his best job throughout this game here in the 5th set. And NU is gonna call another timeout. It's 11-3, Vanguard with the lead.
Guide lang, di ba? Yan ang nangyayari kasi parang ano na lang yung gawin nyo sa loob ng court. Samantalang, pag may pumapatok, anong sasabihin? O, mag-read block tayo, sabihin yung open spiker. Ba't ano nangyari? Ba't kumalong sa quick to? Hindi niya alam na yung papatong dito? Okay? Okay, yun ang nagiging problema natin, yung communication natin sa loob ng court. Alam natin gagawin, pero di tayo nagsasalita. Nagkakanya-kanya tayo. Okay? 11-3 yan. Hindi pa naman tapos yan, unti-untiin nyo lang. Okay? Pag naka-defense kayo, tuloy-tuloy lang yan. Ha? One stop lang sa lang.
Vince Abrot getting 2 service aces here in set number 5 and an 8-point lead as well for Team Vanguard. It's 11-3, their biggest advantage of the game so far.
And of course, this is the time to be most composed. They've shown great, they've shown a great performance today pero medyo inconsistent eh. So, itong 5th set, sabi nga ng mga coaches, dapat flawless to. Makapuntos man yung kalaban, basta huwag ka mag-error, malaking advantage na yan. And Ito nga yung sinasabing confidence na binibigay nito ni Ronchent Villegas sa kanyang mga spikers. Even at the back line, nagdi-distribute pa rin siya. So, really such a good setter, leader, and captain itong si Ronchent Villegas.
This guy is also stepping up at the perfect time. Vince Abrot with another point. Another strong serve. This time, he overcooked it. But they do have a big lead.
27 service error of the game for Vanguard. But, you know, all these errors, they're not gonna matter once that score reaches 15. But definitely in practice, babalikan sila dyan ng mga coach.
Right. Bandola to the back. Villegas. They go to Palisok.
Oh.
It's kept alive. Bandola. Buhay pa rin. Villegas. Combination. Rejected. Recovery. And now a chance for NU. Where will they go? Belio to the quick. The push by Ordiales. Villegas. Open Kamaganakan. That did not go through.
Not over by Kamaganakan. Alam mo, isa rin sa turning point doon sa rally na yun, yung double jump nitong ni Ordiales. Kasi that was supposed to be an open block for the middle set nitong ni Villegas. Pero nag-double jump itong si Ordiales. So, nagtuloy yung rally and eventually nag-error itong si Kamaganakan. And another error this time around from Palisok.
A misreceive right there. Now NU looking to build a momentum for their own. They badly need this as Vanguard is only 3 points away from a victory. Pa-timeout ngayon si Coach Edget Mabayad.
Natin yun na. Break lang tayo. Gandaan lang natin yung pasa. Alam na yan. Okay? Pasa. Simulan natin sa pasa. Okay?
Kung kaya mo una. Layo na so, kausapin mo siya. Kasi sobrang gilid na. Kasi naka-base sila eh. Naka-base, di ba? So pag binigyan ka ng dito target, yung mahaba lang pala, ang ginagawa mo naman yun. Ha? Go, isa pa. Hingi ka pa, isa pa. Go, patay na. Kapag papalo siya, coverage. Kasi ang tendency ng ball niya dito eh. So kung pakausapin mo si Beno, si Beno, ikaw na malalay dito. Di ba peran mo na lang dito, ha? Pati si Joven, kumera mo.
The score is 12-6 in set number 5. Vanguard still with the advantage. But NU on the other end, they're knocking on the door. They do have the support of their UAP squad at the sideline. Question is, would that be enough as we get to see service error number 17 for National University.
2 points away from sealing this win.
44 total service errors in this match.
Another substitution here for Coach Edget Mabayad.
We have Romeo Teodones from CSB checking in for the first time to serve for the White Shirts. 2 points away from their first victory in the Spikers turf.
Oh, great.
Belio.
The dump from Belio.
That height paying off, at least that time around for Joseph Belio. Again, he is taking on a different level of responsibility this year as the only mainstay from last year's championship squad.
If anything, no, parang at this point, they really have to be aggressive in scoring points and even the setter. Diba? And kagaya nito si Bandola, talagang eager to get their hands on the ball. But of course, avoiding violation while getting those points.
It is 8 serving 13, a very, very crucial serve for Leo Ordiales. We did mention that is one of the best parts of his game, the service that he has, and he does get that ace.
And alam mo, ito yung mga moments that really make up champions eh. If NU gets to surpass this lead from Vanguard, talagang this is gonna credit them a lot of experience and composure.
Tingnan nyo, receive lang yan diba? Tina-target, ang laki ng gitna natin. Wala man lang nag-e-effort na isarado yung gitna dito, sa harapan. Tina-targetan lang tayo, malakas ba? Hindi. Diba? Kaya lang, hindi tayo ready dun sa mahinang service nila. In-expect agad natin, dudulo nila. So, basa tayo, basa.
Ako lang tayo, ako na. Pre, relax.
Gusto maangat lang, pre.
Pasok pa din.
Crucial timeouts, potential momentum breakers as well For our coaches, it is 9 serving 13 in set number 5. We go back with Leo Ordiales.
Good news for NU. Their top 2 scorers are in the front line. And of course, a very tall setter also.
Ball goes straight to Abrot. The chase by Villegas. Oh, that's low. An error from Joven Kamaganakan, and the lead is cut down to 3.
Timely error. Kanina 6-12 ito. But in my mind, iniisip ko, we've seen so many crazy things happen in volleyball.
We're going down the line, folks. 10 serving 13, Ordiales. Back at it. That's in. Villegas back set. Palisok. Kept alive. Bello. Open. Bandola. Overcooked it.
Nanggigil. Sobrang established kasi ng double block nitong Vanguard. So si Bandola wanted to hit it bago pa maka-establish ng pag-lock ng elbows itong kanyang mga blockers. And dahil advance niya pinalo, hindi niya masyadong nahawakan. Lack of first action on that attack as well. Vanguard now at match point.
14 serving 10. Bandola. Oh, that hit the antenna. Outside in favor of the white team. And there you have it, folks. The first victory of the Vanguard volleyball team as a member of the Spikers turf.
Impressive showing from both these squads. They really brought out the best out from each team, each player. And it's really a matter of composure for the Vanguard squad. But not to take away anything from NU. Great showing. You could see their kuyas, very proud of them on the sidelines. And kung matatalo ka, the best way to lose is to really gain as much exposure and experience from a 5-setter match.
Definitely a great showing from these two squads. Only their first game of 2023. Long way to go. 5-setter win for Vanguard over NU.
It has been an intense seesaw battle in this 5-setter match between NU and Vanguard. But at the end, it was Vanguard who emerged victoriously. And I'm here with the best player of the game, captain and playmaker, Ron Villegas. Ron, let's talk about the 27 service errors of Vanguard. What was behind those errors and ano yung biggest lesson na may uuwi ng Vanguard given that number?
Siguro yung error namin kasi dahil sa lamig ng venue. Medyo nag-a-adjust pa kami. So, sa ensayo namin, medyo magpo-focus kami sa service receive. Yun lang.
You guys were on fire in the 5th set. Ano yung sinabi niyo sa isa't isa? Ano yung sinabi sa inyo ni Coach coming to that set?
Sabi sa amin ni Coach na relax lang kami. Bawiin namin yung sets na nawala sa amin. Kailangan namin makuha yung 5th set ng isa-isa lang. Hindi kami nagmamadali. Ayun, medyo sinerte kami, nakakuha kami ng puntos sa mga service aces. Kaya na tuloy-tuloy namin hanggang dulo.
Ron, sino gusto mong batian?
Pinabati ko yung lahat ng sumusuporta sa Vanguards, yung pamilya ng mga teammates ko, tsaka yung pamilya ko sa Bataan, tsaka yung mga nanood sa akin dyan. Yun lang po.
Thank you and congratulations again, Ron. And to Vanguard, we now turn it over to Mela and Migs.
Thank you, Doreen. Thank you, Ron. Congratulations to Vanguard volleyball team getting their first victory in the Spikers turf. And what a game that was played by their team captain, itong si Ron Villegas. We did see a lot of points coming in mula kay Russell Palisok. Eventually, guys like Vince Abroad came into life. Itong si Daniel Diwa also as a middle hitter. Mela, your overall thoughts about this matchup? What a 5-setter that was.
Well, I guess my general thoughts is kung paano sinimula ng Vanguard itong laro na to na well-balanced, ang ganda ng playmaking ni Ronchet. And syempre, not just one name emerging in terms of output for their squad. That's the way that they ended this game as well in the 5th set. Kasi despite all the struggles throughout the game, ang ganda rin na naging balance in terms of scoring nila in that 5th set. I mean, nakita natin si Palisok did most of the damage, but we've also gotten support from the likes of nila Abrot and even Kamaganakan. That's right. And we also have to highlight na they were able to minimize their errors kahit na mas madami kumpara sa NU, but malaki na yung difference from the first, the 3rd and 4th set. And apart from that, they were also able to score in serves and blocks compared to the earlier sets na talagang sa atake lang sila bumabawi. So overall, it was a good game from Vanguard, and you put up a scare there. Muntik nang humabol nung dulo. So that's, that goes to show also yung character ng team nila, never backing down without a fight. But all in all, ang ganda talaga ng connection kung paano pino-work nitong ni Villegas yung kanyang mga teammates, and even leading Palisok with 20 points off from 18 attacks, 1 block, and 1 ace.
Well, if there's one thing that can explain why there's so much errors in this match, yun nga, na-mention kanina ni Ron Villegas sa malamig. At
kahit
malamig nga talaga dito sa Paco Arena.
Magalugaw na kami ni Mix niya, pero malamig pa rin talaga.
Akala ko nga sasabihin niya sa practice nila, mag-aircon na rin sila eh.
Pero totoo, those external factors outside the game, it also affects the players kasi muscle memory at saka kung ano may nakasanayan na everyday nila ginagawa, and if hindi malamig sa training sila, that's another adjustment that they have to do in the game.
Well, one thing's for sure, it's still a long way to go for these two squads in this very long Spikers Turf Open Conference consisting of 11 teams. And 4 of those teams will be in action this coming Friday. Still inside the Paco Arena, Santa Rosa versus Signal HD at 4 p.m. And then we have newcomers North Cotabato facing BNS at 6 p.m. More volleyball action coming to you this Friday. After nyan, Sundays and Wednesdays, patuloy din po ang inyong aksyon. Thank you so much for joining us today, folks. In behalf of our courtside reporter, Dorit Suay Baguio, and my partner, Mela Tunay, my name is Mix Comments. See you soon again for your Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference.